Most people creating AI UGC ads are doing it the hard way. One prompt, one ad, tweak it, run it again. And if you're managing multiple products, multiple hooks, or multiple audiences, that process doesn't just slow you down, it kills your output entirely. Here's what nobody's showing you. You don't have to generate UGC ads one by one. Not anymore. In this video, I'm going to show you how I use Freepik Spaces, specifically a feature called Lists, to turn a single workflow into a full UGC ad production machine. You feed it inputs, it batches everything automatically, and you walk away with consistent, ready-to-use ad variations in one single run. Whether you're a freelancer making ads for clients, a brand running campaigns, or a creator testing hooks at scale, by the end of this video, you'll have a bulk UGC ad system you can reuse for any project. Let's get into it. When you first land on Freepik, take a look at the left sidebar. That's your control panel. You've got your image generator, video generator, upscaler, and then Spaces. Now, all of these tools are useful in their own right, but Spaces is the one we're focused on today because it's a completely different level of creative control. This is where workflows live. One thing worth mentioning before we dive in, Freepik already has a solid library of templates inside Spaces. We're talking branding, marketing campaigns, UGC ads, social content. There's a template for almost any use case you can think of. And if you're just getting started, or you're short on time, those templates are genuinely a great jumping off point. But today, we're not using a template. We're building from scratch. Because I want you to understand the logic behind the workflow, not just copy a preset. Once you understand how it works, you can build this for any product, any niche, any brief, from the ground up. So go ahead and click on New Space. It loads in just a few seconds, and once it opens up, you'll see 5 options right in front of you. Find inspiration, add media, image generation, video generation, and assistant. This is your starting point. And everything we're about to build begins right here. Now, since we're building a UGC ad workflow, the very first thing we need is a reference image. For this tutorial, I'm using a good-looking female in her early 20s, but this is completely flexible on your end. You could use an influencer, a model, a brand ambassador, or even someone from your own team, whatever fits the product you're advertising. Now, here's something important to understand. Uploading a reference image is not mandatory. If you skip this step, Freepik will simply generate random faces for you. But if consistency matters to your campaign, and for UGC ads it usually does, uploading a reference is the smarter move. It gives the AI an anchor, so every image and video it generates stays visually coherent. Same person, same feel across every single output. That's
what makes your ad variations look like a professional batch rather than a random collection.
All right, now here's where things get really interesting. Right-click anywhere on the canvas and select Lists. This is the feature that transforms everything we're about to do from a manual process into an actual production pipeline. Here's the logic behind it. We're going to create 2 separate lists. The first list is your products, the items you want to advertise. The second list is your scenes or visual variations. So for example, one scene might be indoors, another outdoors, and a third could be a tight close-up shot of the product in use. Think of it like a content matrix. Your products on one axis, your scenes on the other, and Freepik handles every combination automatically. You can populate these lists using Freepik's suggested items, or you can type in your own text and upload your own media. Whatever fits your campaign brief. And nothing is locked in. You can edit these lists at any point, which makes the whole system incredibly flexible as your campaign evolves.
Once your lists are set up, the next node we're adding is the Text Assistant node. This is where Freepik's AI integration really starts to earn its keep. The Text Assistant works with models like GPT-5 Mini, and its job is to take the raw items from your lists and automatically turn them into rich, detailed, realistic prompts. You don't have to write every prompt manually. The AI does the heavy lifting for you. And because we're specifically going for a UGC style, those generated prompts will be crafted to produce images that look casual, natural, and authentic, like they were actually captured by a real person on their phone, not generated by an AI. That authenticity is exactly what makes UGC ads perform well, and the Text Assistant helps you achieve that at scale without sacrificing quality. One more thing worth noting here. You can also create a dedicated list just for prompts. You want even more control over your outputs. This is especially useful when you're generating multiple images of the same person across different scenarios. It keeps your workflow clean, organized, and easy to replicate for future campaigns. Now let's set up the image generator node. This is where everything we've built so far actually comes to life visually. Select your model. I'm going with Nano Banana Pro for this workflow. Set the aspect ratio to 9:16 since we're creating vertical content optimized for social media, and bump the quality up to 4K. You can also go deeper into the style, character, and prompt settings depending on the specific aesthetic you're going for, whether that's a polished lifestyle look or something more raw and candid, which tends to perform better for UGC ads specifically. Once your settings are dialed in, here's the part that ties everything together. Connect your Text Assistant node, your lists, and your reference image all into the image generator node. 3 inputs, 1 node, 1 click. Hit run and watch what happens. Within moments, Freepik starts processing every combination from your lists simultaneously. And just like that, you've got 4 images of the same person holding different products across different scenes, all in a realistic UGC ad format, all generated in a single run. No repetition, no manual prompting, no copy pasting. This right here is the before versus after moment the whole workflow has been building toward. What used to take you an hour of back and forth prompting now takes seconds. You can immediately preview every output, check how natural and authentic each one looks, and if anything needs a small adjustment, the pose, the background, the lighting, you can jump into the Canvas editor and fine-tune it directly without leaving Freepik. But we're not stopping at images. Let's take this a step further. Add another Text Assistant node. This time we're using it to generate actual UGC ad concepts based on the images we just created. I'm switching to a more advanced model here to get richer, more nuanced output. Hit run and the assistant automatically produces a full list of creative ad ideas, caption concepts, text overlay options, social media hooks, angles you can test across different audiences. All of it is generated automatically based on your specific products and scenes. This is one of those features that saves you a completely disproportionate amount of time. Brainstorming ad concepts is one of the most mentally draining parts of content production, and the Text Assistant handles it in seconds. You can edit every suggestion at any point so you stay in full creative control. The AI is just doing the groundwork for you. Now for the final stage. Let's turn these images into videos. Add a video generator node to your canvas. Connect your lists and your Text Assistant node into it. Choose how many video variations you want generated. Select your video model. I'm using a high-quality model here to make sure the output is clean and ready to post. Then set your aspect ratio and resolution to match your target platform. Hit run one more time. Freepik processes everything in bulk and generates multiple UGC-style videos, one for each combination in your lists, all in a single workflow run. You can preview each video immediately, make minor edits if needed, and export them directly to post online. No rendering software, no additional tools, no extra steps. And that's the complete pipeline. From a single reference image, through your lists, through your Text Assistant, through your image generator, and finally out through your video generator, You've produced a full batch of UGC ads, images, and videos ready for any platform, all inside one organized Freepik Spaces workflow. Now here's what makes this genuinely powerful beyond just the speed. You have granular control over every element of the output: the style, the character, consistency, the poses, the backgrounds, the lighting. Everything stays coherent across your entire batch because the workflow is built on your reference image and your AI-enhanced prompts. It's not a random generation. It's systematic, repeatable, scalable creative production. And this is just one configuration. Don't be afraid to experiment with your lists once you understand the logic. You can build a list for different product variations. You can create multiple actor lists and run parallel campaigns simultaneously. You can mix and match scenes, hooks, and products in any combination you want, and the workflow handles all of it without breaking a sweat. Here's the tip that will save you the most time long-term, though. Once you've built a workflow you're happy with, save it as a template inside Freepik Spaces. That means every future campaign starts from a proven foundation. New product? Swap the list. New actor? Swap the reference. New scenes? Update the list. Everything else stays exactly the same, and you're generating a fresh batch of UGC ads in minutes rather than hours. This makes Freepik Spaces Lists genuinely useful for social media marketing, e-commerce brands, freelancers managing multiple clients, or really anyone who needs high-quality, engaging content at consistent volume without the manual overhead that usually comes with it. If you want to try this yourself, I've dropped the Freepik Spaces link in the description. Go check it out and explore the lists feature for your own campaigns. And if this workflow saved you time or sparked any ideas, let me know in the comments. I'd love to see what you build with it. Make sure you're subscribed because there's a lot more of this kind of content coming. I'll see you in the next one.